Here we go, guys. Here we go. Here we go.
Okay, maybe the timer does seem a little slow.
I was gonna say it's okay. We'll work on it for next one. We'll work on it for the next one.
When the first time I watched it, it was like
Yo,
so fast.
okay. Good morning, everybody. Uh, it's the House of Nerd Show. We are
Oh,
live.
they could hear
Uh,
you.
excuse, man.
Yeah, I heard him too.
Just having a little fun in the background. Oh, you guys can all hear us. Beautiful. Perfect. Well, there you go. The House of Nerd Show. We're here. We're live. Good morning, man. How's everybody doing? Oh, Ruben, what's going on?
I'm doing great. I'm not a morning person, but I am bright-eyed and bushy-tailed.
Let's
Hey,
see it,
man.
Ruben.
Al, how you doing? I know
Let's
it's
see bushy tail.
8 a.m. over there, West Coast time.
8 a.m. 8:03.
Oh, okay.
Over here.
And listen, man. I see everybody in the chats, man. I want to thank you all, guys, for coming through. Um, Man, I appreciate it. It means a lot. I love you guys, the community. This is what it's about. Um, Man, you guys are amazing. Thank you for coming through. Sunday morning. I know it's not always easy to come through. Even for myself, I almost didn't make it, man. I woke up about 30 seconds ago. So man, all right. Thank you guys for coming through. We got a great show for you today, man. We got Ricky Mammone. We got the writer of Second Chances. We're gonna have him on in just a second, and then after the interview, we got a weekend review, and of course, Copper Drop, Copper Drop. So we're hyped to be here, man. Elle, Ruben, thank you guys for coming through, man. I appreciate y'all. Y'all are amazing. I see a lot of y'all in the chats, man. Thank you guys for coming through. Carlos, my man, Jeff, Tara. Yeah, so you hear us. Apologies. Who else do we got here? I think we got Cookie in the live chats, man. Thank you guys, man. Nothing but love from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate y'all. But let's kick off the show, guys. We got coming to us live and in the flesh, Ricky Mammone, the writer of Second Chances. Good morning, my man. How you doing?
Good morning. I'm good. How are you guys doing?
Great.
Not too shabby, man. It's a little later East Coast time, so I'm probably, a little. I've had a minute to wake up. But hey, thank you so much, Ricky, for coming through, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah, of course. And forgive me for all the background noise. I'm at a Starbucks in the middle of Joshua Tree, so there might be random weird noises and some music.
Oh, that's cool. Hey, I wish. I mean, I would have liked that memo. Can I do this from a Starbucks too, man? Can we do an espresso? Guys, maybe we'll work that out. That'd be great, man.
I'll just go meet up at a Starbucks.
I love their wraps and their biscuits, eh? They're great, man. You can't go wrong
Did
with the
we all
coffee.
go to Starbucks?
We should do it up, man. We should do it up. Hey, Ricky, thanks for coming through, man. Why don't you let the audience know a little bit about yourself for those who may be unfamiliar?
Yeah, sure. So, Second Chances is an image book that I write and co-create with Max Bertolini. Um, it's our debut book with Image. Max has been around for a while. I have not. He's more in the European comics sphere. Um, this is my first book ever getting published, but my background is more in Hollywood stuff and screenwriting and producing type of business. But yeah, we're extremely excited to have Second Chances out. It's a passion project of ours. I've been working on it for let's see, it's been like four years now in total. And now it's seeing the light of day. So yeah, we're extremely excited, and we're happy that it connected with some audience.
Hey, we're happy you made the light of day too, because you know, we're all digging second chances, man. Some crazy stuff. Elle, maybe can we
Mhm.
hit all the good people with you know, kind of a synopsis, because there's a lot to unwrap with second chances.
It's heavy.
Or yeah, it's crazy. Or maybe even Ricky, you know, can you maybe premise of what's going on with the book?
Yeah, sure. I'll give the simplified version because it is a lot to unpack for just a few issues of a comic, but um, it's basically about a guy who runs a hotline where you can call him up and you can get a new life, you can get a new identity. You just have to meet the right requirements, and that was kind of the impetus of, or for like what the what the story was going to be. But then I wanted to also make it so that his client throughout this series is somebody who has um, amnesia, and she can't remember who she is. So he has to he's kind of saddled with giving this person a new life and figuring out what to do. But yeah, there's a lot more than that. But that's kind of the premise of this noir tale.
There's a lot, man. I mean, listen, you've got like some armor wearing like Japanese demon mask wearing assassin twins. Uh, you've got you know, a hallucinogenic cocktail that requires like a psychological trigger to activate. Um, a lot of crazy stuff, man, to unravel, and that's one of the beautiful things about second chances. Just so much, and a lot of different elements being mixed in, genres even. Um, so I've got to ask, where did the idea, where did something this kind of just out there, you know, come? Where did this come from? Second chances.
But yeah, that's an interesting question. I mean, it's like a lot of drugs, I guess. I'm just kidding.
Hey, good answer. I like that. That might be probably one of my favorite answers to date from a creator. I love it.
Back of the
I
page,
love it.
inspired by drugs.
Can,
Yeah.
can we use that as a tagline on the trade paperback release? Is that-
Just a lot of drugs.
I'm with it.
No, I mean, it's not. While I'm in Joshua Tree, yeah, I seem like I'm a fucking. Anyway, oh, can I curse on this show? I don't even
Yeah.
know. Did I? Is that cool? It is
Yeah.
cool. Okay.
Oh yeah, and we got some love from the audience here, but they're digging the inspiration for the book, and I think it's relatable. Yeah, for sure.
Well, yeah. So I mean, there's a lot of reasons. Like, it really stems from my love for film noir, in general, and but there's also a lot of personal stuff that ended up going into it, especially about second chances being applied to relationships, and it ends up being a story about Leblanc and the villain who's Miss Nobody, uh, aka her real name is Ada, but she is like, her and LeBlanc and their story is the most important part to me personally. And it kind of ended up being about this story about making mistakes in relationships, and then forgiving each other and allowing each other to have second chances, even though we haven't gotten fully to that point yet in the story. but there's more to it. The third issue, I think, really unpacks like what's their deal with their relationship, and it gets more emotional and it gets more into the psychology of it. So yeah, that was kind of like where a lot of the inspiration for that aspect of the story came from my personal life, I guess.
That's great.
A lot of second chances required. I think probably like most of us in life, or all of us, I'd say. So
Yeah.
definitely relatable. And even there's so many different elements, a lot going on in this book. I think for me, is it fair to say that at its core, at its heart, it feels like this story of LeBlanc. It's LeBlanc. Yes,
LeBlanc, yeah.
LeBlanc. Yeah. He's just a story of a man. He's just trying to uh correct his past wrongs, his past sins, right?
Yeah.
Make up
Uh-huh.
for his mistakes. Which I mean, hey,
Yeah.
So
No,
I mean
it's
that's great. And then you've got, like you said, the relationship between him and Ada. So
yeah. It's
uh
the guilt thing that you were just hitting on is a really really big part also. It's like I resonate a lot with a guilty consciousness. Like I don't know, like I guess I grew up Catholic to some extent, but not. I think it's more just a familial thing. Like it's just ingrained within my family. And both my parents grew up going to Catholic school.
yeah,
But like overall, just like guilt has been a really big part of my life. And dealing with that. So yeah, like second chances is also really like there's a heavy aspect to it that has to do with like dealing with your own guilt, your own morality, and yeah, like looking at your dark past and trying to become a better person.
it's funny that you mentioned that because when you mentioned your personal I guess struggles with the guilt, and then I was gonna ask you, if you're Catholic, because I'm Catholic, born and raised Catholic. So I think it's part of that. I know, part of growing up Catholic, but not only that, like you said, just having that kind of familiar, that family just dynamic core where uh, it can weigh heavy.
Yeah.
Yes,
No, I think, and yeah, I think parents can be really good at that. And in general, like maybe it's not just Catholics. I think maybe it's more pervasive than that. But I think that within family dynamics, you can feel guilt in a lot of ways, and also that applies to relationships too. So
definitely.
yeah, it's just that's an interesting emotion for me to explore, especially within this type of story.
Absolutely, absolutely. Um, Al Ruben, was there any questions that you had for Ricky?
I got a couple.
Yeah,
So, um,
go for it, buddy.
so would you say that since you touched on that, it comes with that guilt and getting a second chance? Would you say that's LeBlanc's conviction? Like that's what drives him?
Yeah, no, I would say that um, LeBlanc is LeBlanc is still, without giving too much away.
Mhm.
Um, LeBlanc is still very much he's a self-righteous person at this point in his life, because he wants to ignore his past mistakes. Like he wants to overcompensate for uh, you know everything that he's done wrong in the past, um, by trying to be this kind of like do-gooder now. So yeah, like now it's like he's just trying to earn good karma points by giving people new lives who he thinks who he thinks deserves it.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, I started reading the book and I was automatically just fascinated by Leblanc and him as a character. I'm like, okay, what's this guy up to? Who is he? I want to know more about him. And if you're familiar, he reminds me so much of Spike Spiegel from Cowboy Bebop.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, just the noir-esque version of it, and the cigarettes, and just his persona. But yeah, and so I was really curious, what came first? Was it this world, or was it LeBlanc? Like, did you create LeBlanc, and then the rest of the surroundings came second? Because he's just such a heavy character. Like, it wouldn't surprise me if he is what you've had in your head for 4 years.
Yeah, no, that's a really good question. I would say that both of those things developed at the same time. Like, it's hard to explain, but I think that like LeBlanc, the world was very complicated, and Max really helped me with creating the world. Like, I'm not the one who was like, everything needs to be extremely antiquated and look like anachronistic in a way.
Mhm.
Like, that was all Max. Like, he just went fucking nuts with this. But in, like, I think it
Nice.
ended up being it like in the best way possible, obviously.
Yeah.
But like, he developed the world in such a cool way, and like, it ends up being kind of this thing where it's like everyone sees the world in black and white, and they're like constantly like reality is distorted based off of the cocktail and the hallucinate the heavy duty psychedelics that these characters have been doing. The world has become very distorted, and what reality, like what they're seeing is that world. So yeah, I would give more credit to Max also for the world building. The character LeBlanc, it came more just like as I was writing and planning this book, it just, he became more and more alive for me in a way. Like, I personally wanted to set out I wanted to set out and do a book where, like, this is the anti John Wick. Like, I would never want to, this is not supposed to be like a clone of John Wick or something. Like, I wanted to make a character who is like not hyper masculine. He's very vulnerable. He's very clumsy and makes mistakes. And I don't know. I wanted to make somebody who's relatable. I just wanted to make a guy who's relatable and not like, a hyper masculine person who's killing a bunch of people. Like, that's not what I wanted to do. So yeah, that was kind of my motivation for creating LeBlanc.
He definitely started off like, I was expecting him to be like typical noir male. He kind of seemed way too cool, like way too smooth. But then when he pushed the statue and was like, secret switch.
That was good.
No, I was crying and I was like, this guy. And so I feel like he felt more human, like the further into the story it got. And then by number 3, I was just all in with him specifically. You. He's such a cool, like, not cool in like, like a sleek way, but just relatable. Like, it makes sense the more you read why he's the way he is.
That's what I was going for. And I definitely, it's a hard thing because like there's still the noir like backdrop, and those tropes still apply, obviously. But I wanted to do like, I wanted to make it so that there's relatable characters who are also like, crazy psychopaths. And so there's this relatable mundane aspect to second chances, but then there's the really heightened crazy action heavy layer that is applied on top of that. So that's kind of what I set out to do. So it's not like you're just looking at this like visual splendor slash action sequences. It's more like you're looking at relatable characters, but they're in bizarre situations.
And you're talking about visual splendor, man. We got to give a shout out to Max, man. Visual splendor indeed, man. Is this a gorgeous book? I can't. I'm stuck on some of these pages, and I love how he mixes. Like, even though it's got that old school, like that noir, that Art Deco feel at certain points, but then you've got to mix with like the modern world, right? Like with the sleek cars, or even Leblanc's character design. He's I don't. I dig his style. I gotta say, I think you got the floral print, the big collared, open collared. So I mean, my man, he's looking good.
Yeah.
So was that all Max, or did you kind of have an idea that you did want to mix different visual styles in this world that you guys are creating?
Yeah, no. Um, Max is like the I I would be nothing without Max. I think that Second Chances is really it's necessary to have Max making this book come to life, because it's funny because he even said this to me. He was just like, it's weird that you came to me with this story, because it's just like the perfect thing for me. Like, it's like everything that I wanted to do. So it's just like this match made in heaven. I think he's just a phenomenal artist in general, but then also I think that this style of weirdness, like the psychedelic aspect, paired with a noir book, that's his sweet spot, and he's just killing it. He's firing on all cylinders all the time.
Was Winslow's computer a part of the art direction or writing?
What? Sorry, what was that?
Winslow's computer.
Oh,
The contents of his computer, was that an artistic decision
Ooh.
or storytelling decision?
That was actually a storytelling thing.
Because I was absolutely in. I said, "Oh, okay, we're gonna get some content."
It's because like Second Chances is about identity. So Winslow has a very he defines himself in a very weird way, and he's kind of like one of those characters who honestly he's not that important as a character, but he has his own arc, and he that whole tickle fetish bit is there's some irony that goes on there. I won't give there's more stuff that happens in the next issue. You'll
Oh, really?
you'll get a
Okay.
kick out of it, I'm
He's
sure.
saying if you like that, stay tuned.
Yes. Yes. You guys heard it here. If you guys are into the tickle fetish community, stay tuned to the next issue of Second Chances. And I gotta ask, I mean, how many man hours are we talking about in terms of research into that particular community? There's long nights in front of just deep diving into the black hole of the internet.
Yeah. No, I don't think my girlfriend would be super happy with me doing too much research into that. It's not like a big part of the story, but it has its function. It's there. And it represents something ridiculous. It's supposed to be like a ridiculous thing, and that's why it's there.
Yeah. And Ricky, you touched on, you're saying, Winslow's got like his own kind of arc going on, even though he doesn't really play a huge part in the story. And I gotta say, one of the things that I love about Second Chance is it really does sincerely feels like each character has their own, like deep backstory, just like a rich history. There's no flat characters, and it comes across very much in the story that's being told, and that's not always the case. So, kudos, impressive. I like that. Just the world building that you and Max have put together so far. It's great stuff.
Thank you, thank you. I hope. I mean, there's a lot that we want to continue to do, and I think we'll get to a point, hopefully, where we can continue the story. The
Mhm.
next arc, I would love to have it just be from Miss Nobody's point of view, and she becomes the main character, and
Mm.
it's all through her. Because I'm getting sick of Leblanc, and I want to explore her more. Because
Mhm.
I like her. Like, I ended up liking her a lot. I hope the audience likes her also, especially by the end of the fourth issue. Um, I think that people will end up finding her to be like the most interesting character. It's kind of like Furiosa and Mad Max, where it's like everybody like she's the next movie. It's not a sequel with Mad Max.
Gotcha.
I
It
mean,
makes
her
sense.
entrance was so cool. Like she looked like the coolest person ever. Like when she walked out on to Emma in the parking garage,
Mm.
I was like, she's so cool. Like I just know she's cool.
Automatically, like, I love her.
I want to be her friend.
It's
Quite the entrance, and love the character design as well. So shout out to Max on that one. I gotta
and
say though, if we're talking different characters, maybe sequels or prequels, I wouldn't mind. You know who I'd like to see? A one shot, maybe just a one shot of Kipper. Kipper the cat. I think the whole possible reincarnation story. I think. Hey, we could have a hit with that one. I don't know.
Yeah, I love
that
that.
last panel with
Maybe.
Kipper was hysterical.
Yeah, that was Max. I don't Max. Max, like, he uses this kind of manga vibe on certain things, and it makes it really. I love it so much. But he has such a interesting blend of styles. Like, he has this hyper realistic style, and then all of a sudden you see this like really cute like the big eyes and it's really great. I love it.
On that splash page to end issue 2. Yeah, you see
Yes,
Kipper running through. That was
Yeah.
hilarious.
running for dear life.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
said to myself, we need a one shot, folks. You know,
Maybe
Actually,
you'll write it, Sergio.
Can we
collabo,
fanfic.
you know?
Kipper
Let's do it up.
fanfic.
Let's do it up.
pull up that last page again? I wanted to.
Yeah.
So, like, what I like about the book, and while we're here, everybody take a look at Kipper on the bottom right. I love it. What I liked about the book was that it's not from the big two. It's not your everyday kind of graphic novel, and that's great because we need more of these. We need more grounded in reality, relatable things. But something that I learned that I love about these kinds of books is when it's still sprinkled with a little bit of comic book magic. When you got these like Japanese Hanya masks, assassins, and
Crazy.
it just brings out a little bit more fun to it, and it fits. It's perfect. And this page right here is probably my favorite of the whole first 2 issues. Pretty much sums up a lot of what's going on. And
Crazy.
Kipper is just the candle on top of the cake.
Like,
Yeah, thank
look
you.
at this page. There's so much to take in. Whoa. Very. I'd say you started off. We started off. Some adult extracurricular activities may have come into influence into playing the story, and I mean something like this. Man, I love it. I love it. It's crazy. Where did the idea for these? Is there a name? Is there a term for that kind of style? The mask is Japanese influence, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, like, I guess it derives from I guess it kind of derives from manga, but at the same time,
Okay.
I guess it's also. I mean, it's just they're they're supposed to be like a bad trip. Like it's like a not happy a not happy time on hallucinogenics.
Yeah.
But they actually do have their own arc in a way, or yeah, they're like real people that have something going on, even though they are kind of like they function as like the Boba Fett's, you know, like they're like the
Mm.
cool silent bad guys,
Yeah.
who
Yeah.
are assassins. So they do function as that, and I really wanted to do something like that, and just, you know, like explore these characters. They're not able, they don't talk ever, but the uh the way they communicate is a little bit more complicated, and that gets into issue 4.
Oh, really? So we're gonna see more of that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So there's still a lot of story left to be unraveled. Issue 3 coming out this Wednesday, October. I want to say, what is that? The 27th, maybe potentially. This
uh
Wednesday, in any case. This Wednesday for sure. Issue 3 is coming out.
yeah.
And are there plans for a trade, a second arc, maybe any potential, adapting this crazy, magnificent story to any other mediums?
Yeah, so we really want to do well. There's definitely going to be a trade. That's definitely happening.
Awesome.
So that'll come out next year, and then we want to do a second arc. The thing is, like Image is it's just hard to put out books with Image because you know, like there's a lot of financial risk that is on the creators themselves. Like it's a very entrepreneurial endeavor.
Okay. Yep.
And Max needs to make a lot of money because he's like a super pro, and like I don't mean like a lot of money, but like he needs to make like a normal amount of money to in order to devote his time to this book.
Right.
And like we did really well with the first issue. Like the first issue sold really well. But as it goes in comics nowadays, like single issues are, you know, it's it it's a it becomes like a collector's thing, a collector's market, and there's just not that many people buying single issues. Um, so it's for Max, it's kind of taking a big pay cut,
Uh,
from his normal work that he's doing uh, um, for European publishers.
gotcha.
So in order to like make a second arc and move forward with it, we'd probably have to sell it as a movie, which is also in the works right now. I don't want to speak too soon about it, but it's like we definitely have interest, and my background's kind of in that space, so I'm pushing for that to happen.
That would be so cool.
Yeah, I would.
Definitely.
I feel like there's so much I want to do, and through a movie there'd be a lot more to explore. So yeah, that's kind of, hopefully that's our next journey, with Second Chances.
It
That'd be
was
great.
written very cinematically. Like you clearly have a background
Mhm.
in film from reading this, because it was a very much a showing, not telling. So that was something I appreciated about it. The pace.
Thank
the pacing
you.
of it, yeah.
Yeah, no, and I always like, I kind of always knew it in my heart. Like I love the comic book medium, and I always want to like keep making comics. But I also kind of knew it in my heart that Second Chances, it needs needs moving pictures too at some point. Like it needs
Mhm.
to have that option, because there's a lot that I think it would bring a lot to just, you know, innovating in the action movie space, because I think there's not that many innovative action movies coming out.
Mhm.
And I think that there's some experimental shit that we can do there. So I'm excited to see what we got there.
Hey, count me in the camp of, you know, I got my fingers crossed and
Yeah.
hoping this gets adapted. You know, whether it's a film or a TV show or anything like that. So you know, for everybody at home watching, man, you know, make sure you guys go out and grab issue 3 coming out Wednesday. Grab issue 3, issue 1, issue 2, 4 when it drops, man, because some great storytelling happening, and you know, we want to support uh you know, these dope creators, good content. You know, Ricky, you know, I know you, you know, you're talking about film and TV. You're currently on shoot, on location. So I don't want to keep you for too much more time. um is there anything, Ruben L, that you wanted to touch base on before Ricky gets out of here?
Um, I don't think. Yeah, I don't. I think we covered all the fun bits, but I yeah. I mean, I hope everyone buys issue 3. Max really needs money.
I love it. Refreshing and honest.
Yeah, it's not going to me. It'll go to Max. He put all the time and effort and made the beauty of second chances, and I'm nothing without him. So big shout out to Max.
For sure. Love it. The detail, the art, black and white. Is honestly, it's such a beautiful book to look at. Um, yeah.
Yeah, he's amazing. He's. I hope he goes and does like a Batman story or something after this. He
Oh, that'd be
deserves it.
sick. That would
Yeah,
be dope.
he really. I feel like his art would be amazing for a lot of DC books. Like I really see him doing that.
So is he just a black and white artist, or?
No, he well, the reason why we did it black and white is there's a lot of creative reasoning, but we tried a bunch of like really good colorists, and we were just like, this is not working out. Like it's
Okay.
not, it doesn't, it looks worse with colors.
Yeah.
And it wasn't the colorist's fault. Like the colorists were doing, like, you know, they were good colorists. It's just that what he was doing, it requires, like, it just, you lose the detail, you lose all of this like personality and emotion, and when you start coloring the work, or at least the work that he's doing for second chances, you lose a lot once it's colored. But yeah, normal, I mean, he has books that are colored. He's worked on Dylan Dog books. He's worked on uh, Nathan Forever, I think it's called. I'm probably too hungover to remember that book, but it was, yeah. It's like he's worked on very like big titles in Italy and other European books, and they're colored. So yeah,
All right.
check out his art. Check out his other books.
Hey, we got you, man. We're gonna check out his work. This is the first time, you know, being getting familiar with his stuff, but you know, just off of the strength of this book, man, definitely gonna be checking out his other stuff. So shout out, Ricky. Thank you so much for coming through. I appreciate it. You know, I know, you know, from experience, you know, I work in TV and film as well, so I know it's hard to, you know, make time when you're on set. But thank you so much. We appreciate it. Thank you for coming through the House of Nerd show, and love to have you and Max on again. Hopefully, you know, at some point down the road, you got some big news for us. You know.
Yeah, that would be great. Thanks for having us, or thanks for having me for now. But I'm sure Max will eventually join. I think he's a little self-conscious about his English.
He was telling me, yeah.
I'll get him on. I'll get him on one of these at some point.
Hey, my English is not always the best, man. I'm stumbling over my words and stuff, even though it's So, Max, welcome on, man. I'm gonna make you look good, buddy. I'm gonna make you look good. Let him know. I'll make him look good. We all will. Thank you so much, Ricky. Appreciate it, man, and enjoy the rest of the Sunday.
Yeah, thank you all for having me. It's been really fun.
All right, buddy. Cheers. Have a good one.
Talk soon. Bye.
All right, my man.
What a humble guy.
Hey, that was great. There you have it, folks. Ricky Mammone, Second Chances, Image Comics. You heard the man. We gotta help out our buddy Max. These artists, man. You hear it all the time, right? The life of a struggling artist. In all seriousness, right? So yeah, man. I got my copies. Boom, boom. What else? Issue 3 drops this week. So. Yeah, man, if you have the opportunity, in all seriousness, it's a good book, man. Entertaining. Listen, you guys want to be entertained? Go out and cop it, right? So, hey, not too bad, eh? I like that, man. Got to hang out at a Starbucks this morning, which is not always the case. I feel like we should do that next time. Just have the show on location at a coffee shop.
I was about to say, and get a little Starbucks sponsor.
Oh no, the way my stomach's set up, that's not happening.
Hold on. I heard a great idea. Get a little bit of Starbucks sponsorship, man. With their fat, and I'm gonna. Well, no, I'm good old Canadian boy here. So
wait, Elle, the first ever Starbucks is in Seattle. Don't y'all have Starbucks everywhere?
There's like a coffee shop on every corner. Drive through the bikini ones. Like there's one on every corner.
I've been to Seattle and they're everywhere. Mm-hmm. I've been to the first one, which was cool. Not as like dine-in friendly, but yeah, coffee.
That's crazy. I was gonna say I was complaining. You're out in Seattle. The Starbucks.
I'm complaining. I'm not complaining. My stomach is.
Her stomach's complaining.
Oh, your stomach. Okay.
Yeah, no.
So that was cool, man. Hey, Ricky Mammone, go out and grab it this week. Issue number 3, Second Chances. What do we got next, folks? Week in review. You know what it is, right? We talk about our favorite week of the week, our top 3 books of the week, guys. Ruben, why don't we kick it off with you, my man? What did you check out this week? What were your favorite, reads of the week, my man?
Yeah, this was a slower week for me. It was all DC, and but that's okay because my wallet wasn't complaining. But so number 3 was definitely Black Manta, favorite villain of all time, and I'm very excited that he's got his first ever miniseries by Chuck Brown. It's been a very interesting take. It's been fun. Those who are familiar with the character, like from the Aquaman comics, we get the same character, but just he's going on a little bit of a different journey. He's a little bit of espionage. He's still treasure hunting, but he's doing it in ways that we're not used to seeing. And he's still keeping to his. He's not as suited up as usual. He's got a little bit of a newer look. He's still got the red glasses, which I thought was a great artistic take because he's still able to have those rays, even though he's not in full armor. So that's been great. This is definitely one of my favorite covers. What's up?
No, I'm sorry, my man Joey's got. Apologies for interrupting, but if we get a pooper comment in the live chats, I feel like it's got to go up.
It's got to be acknowledged.
Go up.
Joey, that's exactly why I only drink coffee at home. You're not gonna catch me drinking coffee driving anywhere.
So somehow we know this is it, folks. How's the Nerd Show? Where you find out, fellow nerds, bathroom familiarities or lack thereof. Apparently, Joey P, a shy pooper.
Yeah.
Little coffee cleanse.
I have no gallbladder, so it's just.
Oh man.
So Black Manta.
Black Manta, yes. You got the eyebrows, still the rays.
Yeah, that guy. Yeah.
Jeff says if you have to go, you have to go, and that's exactly why I don't. I just avoid
it. My gosh, are we all at that age where the coffee just it hits us like that?
Oh,
No,
not
just y'all.
not young boy Ruben.
Not young boy.
We
Oh,
found out Ruben's a whippersnapper, a young.
hey, I mean, listen. If we're gonna
almost
share,
ready.
if this is a sharing moment, I'm gonna be honest. You know, I have my coffees during the show every week, and as soon as the show's done, my ass is booking it to the washroom.
You're gonna break the seal.
That's it. Break
Crack
the
the
seal.
seal.
Break the seal. Crack
Crack
the
the seal.
Break the
But-
seal.
Listen, folks, we let's get into the Black Manta talk.
But yeah, it was. Every time I see this on the pull list because I'm subscribed to it, I'm excited to see what Chuck Brown comes out with. So it's been fun for sure.
Okay, cool.
The art's very unique. I was indifferent at first, but it's definitely growing on me. See, here we see him kind of, he's in his armor, but then it's kind of the only time you see him in full suit in the issue. So it's definitely a fun, interesting read.
Cool.
But,
Black Manta, number 3. Okay.
Yeah, for sure. Number 2 was Nubia and the Amazons. Fantastic art. Like these covers are just amazing. I've been following the
Super
artist who
dope.
does this, and he posted some updates on the centerpiece here. I saw that he was like finishing it, and I was just like, good lord, that's gonna be a variant cover. It's fun. Like I was saying, I just like how we're getting so much of another world. Like those who watch DC fandom saw that there's a big event coming up with the Amazons, and I've been reading Wonder Girl, started this one, and it's just something to be excited for. Like there's so much potential with the Amazons and Wonder Woman, Hippolyta's, and the Justice League, and so we don't usually get these kinds of exploring with these characters, these races. So it's something that's not Bat Family. So I think it's something we can all be interested in, especially if you're Wonder Woman.
Be careful with the any kind of bat shade. We got my main man Carlos, the goddamn Batman, in the live chats. So no shade at all, Carlos. We love Batman over here. That was not a knock against the
I'm still reading his ongoing.
Yeah, there you go.
Tiny, Fear State all the way.
Hey, but Elle, you read this book as well, eh?
I wouldn't go so far as to say I read it necessarily yet.
Okay.
But I did buy all the covers.
Oh, you did? Okay. Reporting.
I was in charge of getting the stills for this, hence all of the covers, because they're all so good. They were all so good. I do plan on reading it today.
Oh, okay.
I'm not really super into Wonder Woman stories necessarily, but I have been enjoying Wonder Girl.
Yep.
And so I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah. Those and if you can pull up those variants again. Yeah, those the card stock, those variants, gorgeous. I got the one on the far right. I mean, that's just a beautiful looking book.
Very Angela Bassett.
Yeah. Man. I love it.
Representative of the new queen. This is the new woman of DC in charge.
So your number 2 book, Ruben. So you're clearly you're digging it, eh? You're liking the start?
Yeah, it's just fun because it's a fresh. She's not a new character. She's been around for years, but this is her getting her spotlight. So it's something new. Pretty much anything we see from DC, we should be grateful for because their titles are a little condensed. So something like this coming out, it's something to be thankful for.
Yeah,
it's something new, different setting, different character. We explore her. The art's great.
nice.
I like her here on the bottom right. It's a whole lot of fun, and just a different take. I mean, come on, African American Amazonian warrior. I love it. Give me more.
Yep. And we got some love for the cardstock cover. I honestly, I feel like I'd love it if every book was released with that. That thick paper. The covers.
$1 more.
Yeah.
I mean, some of the smaller publishers already do that without charging $1 more. But
really,
there's some publishers where you feel that paper quality, and you're not spending $6-7 for the issue.
Is it?
I think
Aftershock.
Aftershock, I feel like their quality is always spot on.
On point.
It feels sturdy in hand.
Yeah.
Marvel feels like if I one tear touches it, it's gonna dissolve.
Forget it.
It feels like
you got a droplet of condensation. The book is like toast. No. So that was your number 2, Ruben. What are you looking at for number 1, man? What was your top book of the week?
I did not expect this to be my number 1, but it definitely was. I'm gonna go with Suicide Squad number 8.
Whoa.
The
Okay.
title, so far the run has just been fun. The writing's been great. There's been some interesting things going on, like with this version of Superboy. Um, we got Ambush Bug, who is the Deadpool of DC, breaking the fourth wall, talking to the reader, acknowledging that it's a comic book. Bloodsport's in here and just chewed him out for something he did, and he was like, "Weren't you paying attention in the last issue?" It's like, what are you talking about? Just never mind. That kind of breaking the fourth wall. It's a whole lot of fun, but this art is amazing. We got Talon here from the Court of Owls, kicking butt. They're in hell. Spoilers. They got these guys. These guys go to hell, and they get a rude awakening from deceased members of the Suicide Squad. So,
oh, that's crazy.
It's a little bit of a crash. So this living team goes to hell, and they meet all these deceased members that Amanda Waller killed, or they got killed in the line of fire working for Amanda Waller. So they're like team vengeance, like we want our revenge, we want out of here. It's a huge frenzy, and the art was amazing. It was just fun because you see all these old and new DC villains. Like it was Sportsmaster. You got some other ones. I see Sportsmaster here on the top left, in the middle. Talon's here. A lot of new ones, and some older ones like Blackguard from who was in the new Suicide Squad movie. He shows up here, and it was just a brawl. It was just an all-out action, and I think what made that brawl fun was the art. I mean,
that's dope. Look at that splash page. That's sick.
And that's Superboy, sick. If anyone's reading this, we're not completely sure what we're getting here. Like, this might be Superboy. John, no,
is that looks like Bizarro?
Yeah, so we're looking at like a Superboy Bizarro version, which is fun. It's like he turns it off and on.
Okay, I got you.
Bizarro's speech is kind of like big dummy, and sometimes this Superboy, he's able to speak clearly, but sometimes he goes to like me no like that kind of Neanderthal speach.
So do the rest of the show in that voice.
Yeah. You should. Hey, I got a question. Who was in charge of whiting out the
I was in charge of that, and I feel like
you missed that big spoiler on the top left there, the grrng.
Yeah, the grrng. It's actually an abbreviation, GRG.
Oh man. Like, okay, you dropped the ball on that one.
I left it there because it was a sound effect. I was like, they'll live.
Just know, Elle, it's going in the book. It's noted.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But listen, hey, top 3. Was that all DC? Damn, bro.
Yeah, it was an all DC week.
Damn. Okay. Lots. We got love for DC over, which is good, which is cool. Thank you for that, Ruben, man. Some dope DC books, and just that premise of the deceased Suicide Squad members in hell. That sounds dope. I feel like I'm gonna check that out.
Issue 7 and 8 at least. It's fun just seeing that happen.
Nice. Elle, what's going on? What did your haul look like?
I read nothing.
Not surprised.
I don't even read comic books. I don't know why I'm here.
Me too.
Because you're our intern.
I don't.
Right. You didn't write it out enough.
And the few books that you do read is because you know who recommends.
Anyways,
it comes from me.
So my third pick is Eat the Rich number 3.
Eat the Rich number 3. Okay.
It's basically about like the 1%. It's on issue 3 at this point, so it's like the 1% contracts desperate people for certain rituals that they perform. And I'm gonna be real, I haven't really it's been an okay book so far, but I feel like the art direction that this issue took kind of elevated it on my list. It's not the most original story, but I do appreciate what they're doing. The team behind it, I've never heard of any of the people. So for it to be this like stylized and realized, for me, it's really cool. And like this page, like the lettering, and this is something that in the previous books it wasn't a part of the story. I mean, it wasn't a part of the aesthetics. And I feel like I feel like it's, and there's a lot of this, and I feel like it's like elevating the suspense factor in the story, because I feel like we're in the middle of it right now, in the throes, and so it's like it makes the scenes feel more intense.
Okay, like you're right there.
Yeah.
I got you. That's not bad. Yeah, because I remember you were saying like it's you weren't really like. I
It
guess,
wasn't anything like it was,
yeah.
yeah, it was okay.
It was just there for you.
The covers were super cool,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
outside of that, it wasn't
yeah.
anything.
And now it's cracked your top 3, so that's surprising to be honest. That's cool.
This is a more art than, yeah, the coloring, Joey. This when it is starting in this issue, I feel like it's gonna go up from here. Like at this point, they've realized how they work together.
It's clean. It's a clean looking book, that's for sure.
My number 2 is Fight Girls number 4.
Yeah.
It's the penultimate issue.
Oh.
And so the basic gist is the 10 women, 4 challenges, 1 crown. Whoever wins is the new queen of the Gamoran Empire. And the final fight is a combat. Anything goes. I feel like it's really easy for stories not to resolve themselves, but I feel like the Cho and Rich, they really committed to telling a full story. So you know how sometimes it'll be like a contest, and also this is more of a bottom 3 contest. Joey, is that a diss? Rude.
Oh, I just got that. Oh,
It's so.
I feel like I gotta. I didn't want to say it. You know, but hey, so this is what happens when Elle, when she's not getting her recommends off of me. Let's just keep it 100. Oh,
Look.
Let's just keep
Always
it
on the
100.
same wavelength as me and you, Sergio.
Just because they're books you guys normally wouldn't read does not mean that they're mid. This book is so cool. So I didn't take stills from this issue because I feel like it's too far into the story. I didn't want to spoil anything.
That's
because
fair.
they do. I feel like they are being honest with the reader, and they are showing you a proper battle royale. So the stakes are are elevated in this. So this is from issue 1. This is from issue 1 when they first got transported to the first trial.
Okay.
And like it's just like very much, and I did leave those words there because it's in the first 4 pages.
I feel like you
I
just got
took the
lazy.
dialogue.
You started there on the
Look,
left.
and then it got
and then you're
colored
like-
on the side, and I said I don't feel like color matching.
She's like, I start. So you quit halfway through. Okay.
At least she was falling asleep.
That's
No, I didn't feel like color matching over there. So,
all right.
but it's
Man.
it's a really fun book. The colors are very bold. Rich's art style is very clean. Do all of the characters look alike with different hair? Yes, but you'll notice that the 2 characters that stick out the most, that look the most different, are the ones who are going to go the furthest. So it's nice that it kind of registers in your head, like, oh, you're rooting for these people subconsciously because you remember them distinctly.
They've got the more distinct look.
Yeah.
Okay.
Looks kind of Squid Games-esque.
I would say more like Hunger Games Battle Royale.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Cool.
And
So
my
that-
number one is Refrigerator Full of Heads. So I'm a big Hill fan, period. Stephen King, Joe Hill, Owen. Like, I love all of their books. And so this is a continuation, like a year after the events in Basket Full of Heads, which came out in 2019. But this is not written by Joe Hill. It's written by Rio Ewers, who is also doing the adaptation for Sleeping Beauties for Owen and Stephen King at IDW.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
And so this is, in the original book, it was like a Norse axe, and in this one, it's a Norse dagger. And well, the axe is still in it, but not to give any too much away. We're still on Brody Island. We have like a questionable couple. Are they a couple? Are they something else? I feel like if you were like a fan of the original Basket Full of Heads, I like really don't want to give anything away, because there's like the last panel is like, it's the payoff is like I was laughing so hard just because of how ridiculous it was. But
Yeah.
it's only really like it only really hits you if you've read Basket Full of Heads. Because
Okay.
it takes like the zaniness from that like 100-fold.
And it just ups it, eh?
Yes,
Well,
absolutely.
it's good. It's good. It's a good idea then to check out Basketball Heads before you check this out, then, eh?
Yeah, and you can. I mean, it's in trade now.
Okay.
That's cool. I was looking at that book, like, should I add it? Should I not? But I got a few horror books on my pull this month.
It's hard, but I wouldn't. It's not like it's more like action adventure
Okay.
horror. So it's not like you're not gonna. It's not like the
Not like spooky horror, like
no, yeah.
vibey, you know. Like
Which I
moody.
felt like most of the Hill House books are more like that, not
Okay.
so spooky.
Okay.
But this was an excellent addition. I was kind of hesitant. I'm like, oh, we're gonna go back there, but it was excellent.
All right. That was your number one.
That was my number one.
Top three.
Eat
So what's
the Rich.
what's the final verdict? Is it top three or bottom three, guys?
This
and
is the top of the bottom, baby.
feel free to be honest. You know,
Mid three.
The mid three.
the mid three sounds probably just a little more appropriate.
No, that's a pretty cool haul. I like it.
You don't have to lie for her. Ruben, it's okay.
Ruben, it's a DC book. Ruben, I'm going to annihilate you in Copper Drop.
Oh, okay.
If we're gonna go there.
I'm actually
Okay. Remember, we got Copper Drop coming up. Hey, no, but yeah, a good variety of books there. Yeah, thank you, man. So is it my turn?
No,
Is it
we're gonna
mine?
skip you
Can-
this week. And
Can I show and tell? Because I read some cool stuff, man. I gotta say. Let's kick it off. Let's kick it off with this. I think these are my numbers. Number 3, issue 3. Not All Robots.
I saw this.
This is some good stuff, guys. This is some good stuff. An AWA book from Mark Russell, who I think is probably the best writer in terms of just like, you know, he's a lot of social commentary in his books. He's also writing Dead Box from Vault, right?
Mhm.
So I like it. Moves. Not All Robots, man. I gotta say, I don't intentionally or not. It's probably one of the funnier books I've been reading, man. Just a lot of stuff. Al, you're familiar? Are you up to issue number 2?
Yeah, I'm up to. I haven't read
so-
number 3 yet.
So I mean, So basically, the premise of this book is robots. They're kind of almost in charge of society, right? Every family's got like they call them a house bot, and humans they're relegated to like second-rate citizens. But now the robots they're being replaced by a new version of AI, a new version of robots called mandroids. So now they'll look like human, right? And you can customize them. So this story is very much about, you know, the family dynamics within like the humans themselves, and then the human robot dynamics, and then like the robots, you know, and their feelings of being replaced now. So like the story's coming full circle, right? And if I think there's one more the next panel, Elle, if you've got that one up. So this scene here is pretty. So you've got the husband, the father there, and you know he very much relates to what his housebot is going through, right? Feelings of inadequacy and being replaced, and so I mean, it's what's the word, man? It's just I don't want to say it's not relatable, but or I guess it is. You know, it's just
Mhm.
a funny dynamic, and it's really like as much as you don't think a human and a robot interacting might kind of hit you in the feels, but hey, the writer does a good job, man. So you know, check this out, guys. It's a fun book, and there's an ending there, an issue 3. Just really, it had me in stitches. And if you guys are reading this, you know the kind of dynamic of the husband and with the robots and with the wife, and some just hilarious stuff, man. I guarantee you guys you're gonna be entertained if you check this one out. So that's my number 3. My number 2, I've been raving about this book since issue number 1.
Yeah, you have.
OBE is just fun, entertaining, man. Such a cool premise. You're living in a future where astral projection is it's a normal thing, and actually it's kind of decimated the world, the planet, because people have become addicted to astral projection or OBEing. And this one's also got a bit of a Blade Runner noir feel. There's murders taking place in the astral projection. How is that possible? And this this particular issue, man, probably one of the most entertaining reads in terms of just twist after twist, and like, whoa, at like blowing my mind. I like to think, like, listen, I read a lot of books, right? And a lot of times you kind of see things coming or you pick up on things. This ending, I did not see it at all, and I was legit. I got goosebumps reading. It was fun, man. And I had like, holy shit! I had like a what the fuck moment, which is great, just a genuine reaction to it. And I had to hit up the writer, C.M. Braden, right after this. After read this, and this dope book, man. I don't see enough people talking about this, guys. Please, man, if you have the opportunity, support these great, creator-owned indie books. This one's from Antarctic Press. I believe it's available on their website, physical copies. They don't do digitals, which is why I got like just like regular old pictures of the book here.
These aren't digital stills?
No, ma'am.
Oh, okay. I thought the finger was a part
You
of
thought the finger was
experience.
part of? Oh,
Yeah.
No. No.
I thought it was like being meta, like, oh, you're out of body, but in the. I thought it was.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Yeah.
That'd be
You
next
gotta
level.
be okay. No, it is not.
Oh,
It
okay.
is not meta. Although that's a pretty fucking cool idea. But just I love the color palette.
Does Antarctic do trades? I don't think I've ever seen a trade
No,
from.
they don't.
You're
They don't.
probably
do
gonna have to find the singles, Tara.
No, but Tara, I've got OBE for you. I've been sending you those books. So and number 4 is gonna be So
She's
someone's
also
clearly not
having an
reading.
OB.
Someone's clearly not reading what
She
they've
is
been getting.
also out
Uh,
of body, so.
But man, guys, please check this out, man. It's dope, man. You're supporting some really fantastic creators, and might have someone to work with these guys. Maybe getting them on the show in the next week or two. OBE number 4, great stuff. Wrapped it up. Yeah, lots of
Your
fun.
number one.
My number 1, guys. This was an
Oh, my bad. That
amazing
was
read.
a
Yeah.
OB. Go ahead.
Night of the Ghoul. Night of the Ghoul. It's Scott Snyder, Francesco Francavilla. It is digital only, original on Comixology. This is the second week in a row now that Snyder's Comixology originals have made my number 1. He's killing it, man. He's killing it. Whoa. This is in my opinion where Snyder excels. His indie stuff, his creator-owned stuff. Whoa. Such a good read, man. Such a good read. I think the thing that comes to mind for me right off the bat, there's a moment, and I didn't include the stills on this because I want you guys to experience it for yourself. Rare that this is like a very atmospheric, I guess you could say, horror book. I got the heebie-jeebies, man. I got the goosebumps. I turned that digital page, and just even the pages leading up to that, how Snyder and Francavilla they build that mood and the atmosphere in this building, and there's this one scene. I was just like, I had to like, I'm reading it at nighttime too. I'm looking around like, yo, double checking, like, so good, guys.
Is that a number 1?
Good. Was that?
What number is it?
This is number 1. This is the first one.
Cool.
This is the first one. And oh, you guys can get it for free on Amazon. Legit, all I did was go on Amazon, search up Snyder, Night of the Ghoul, and it'll give you an option for a free download for Kindle, right?
Nice.
Listen, guys, Jeff, please go out and grab this, man. It was so good. It was so good. And Joey, you made the comment, Francovilla's awesome on the horror. His color palette, mint. Mint. Look how he lights it with the red, and it creates that kind of like just that mood, that vibe, right? Um easily my number one book of the week. And Al, you mentioned you read this too, eh?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on this one?
I liked it. I thought it was a little wordy at times, especially reading digitally. Sometimes if it's too much, then
Mhm.
I kind of zone out and swipe.
Yeah.
But aesthetically, I loved it. Like I love these film, the deteriorating film, because it plays into the vibe of the story so well
Yeah.
with the art style and even the lettering. But yeah, these are like it's a beautiful book. Can't like no, there's no question about that.
Francovilla crushes. Actually, and you know what? Can you give a synopsis of the book for those who haven't read it?
I couldn't.
Oh, you couldn't? You can't.
No,
Right?
I absolutely skimmed.
Oh, wow. Well then.
I'm
At least it's
assuming it's
honest.
about the night of the ghoul. Maybe it was at nighttime. Uh-oh.
Wow. Couldn't
No.
even give it its proper due. Now proper reading. Wow.
This was your number
Hey,
one pick.
cool.
Number one, not one of my mid bottom
Yeah, next
picks.
time, just try to give us a great time. So, guys, this is about this movie, this film create like in the 1940s or 50s or whatever. Night of the Ghoul. You can see the reel there, and it's lost. It's destroyed in an accident. But it's become like almost this urban legend where this is supposed to be like a masterpiece, and a few people have seen it. They're raving. This is like the best horror movie of all time, one of the greats. And there's this father and son who are trying to track down the filmmaker, the director, the writer, and they track him down, and just this movie is not. There's some things behind it that are making it more I guess real, and just a lot of mystery surrounding it. Really good horror vibe, man. Like, I'll go as far as to say this is one of the better number ones I've read. In terms of horror, I'd say it's the best one I've read this year. Off the top of my head, I can't think of anything else. Loved it, so good. And in fairness, it is wordy, but you know what I liked about that, L, is that it for me it's like Chris Condon on That Texas Blood.
Mhm.
It's a wordy book for sure, lots of dialogue, but it's what it does in terms of creating that atmosphere, that vibe,
Mhm.
and just setting the mood and the pace.
I'll have
Perfect.
to read it on
Loved
a
it.
bigger, like on my computer screen versus
Perhaps
tab.
don't skim it. Yeah,
I can try to read this time.
yeah, please. Thank you.
Maybe before number 2 drops.
I'd appreciate that. Thank you.
It looks
I didn't
like
know
you
about this.
didn't.
I'll definitely check it out.
Did you? I'm sorry. Did you scrub the text on the film reel right there?
I no.
Okay.
I did not.
All right. I just wasn't sure.
Okay.
Okay.
But it's not a spoiler, so we're good.
I'm sorry. What does it say? What is this? Is it the synopsis?
The title of the book. The title of the book. What's going on? Wow. Okay, guys, that's my top 3, man. What was it? Not All Robots number 3.
Mhm.
OB number 4. 4 issues. Go out and cop that. Night of the Ghouls is free on Amazon. You can't beat that, man. You can't beat that. And I saw a comment. Snyder's got three originals.
Yeah.
What was the third one?
It's Clear, Night of the Ghoul, and We Were Demons or something.
We Were Demons. That's it.
I've missed that. Is that already out?
Yeah, I like that one. That
Oh,
one was a fun read.
I'm gonna read it right away.
Amazon Comics.
Clear is my favorite so far. Until I actually read this one,
Yeah, please, if you could read it, not skim, read. We Have Demons. Thank you, Jeff. I'm gonna check that out because Snyder's crushing it, man.
Yep.
Snyder's crushing it. I'm sold on his this comicsology stuff. Even if it wasn't free, honestly, after these number ones, like whatever I gotta do, like if it switches it to Substack or whatever, point is, I'll pay for it, like no problem. These are fantastic books. So yeah, that's my top 3. So this week, guys, what do we have going on here? Like we got before we move on, sorry.
Oh,
FOC Spotlight, Radio Apocalypse
Can't
number
forget this.
1. Guys,
oh,
hold
whoops!
on.
Hold on 1 second.
We got a review copy, an advanced review copy of Radio Apocalypse. A lot of buzz, a lot of hype. It's a Ram V book, and he's teaming up again with Adnan RK, who I gotta say, dream fucking team.
Yep.
They did Blue and Green. They did These Savage Shores, I believe, together. But listen, man. So a lot of buzz and deservedly. It's a great book, fantastic book. Ruben, you want to give just quick thoughts, non-spoilery, for everybody?
For post-apocalyptic dystopian genre, like I love it. So when I read that, like in the synopsis description for the book, I was like, I'm all in. Like, what's he gonna do? I'm a huge Ron V fan. Huge. He's my favorite writer right now. I solidified that.
Yes.
The art is just great. It's fitting. I agree. It's a perfect team up. Once again, and once I get down to reading it, it's just very much a Rom V book, which is like that's a good thing. It's a great thing. The elements, the character exploration. It's just. I thought it was a fantastic number 1 because it made me wanting more. It had me excited. Like, what's this world gonna be? What are these characters up to? I was on my toes, and like every page of the art was just so great to look at. The coloring, absolutely as well. It was my first Vault book. I never read a Vault book before, but
You've never read a Vault book?
no, I skimmed through Blue Flame.
I'm gonna send you like a list of 100 books.
Yeah, Vault is
for
on
it.
point, man. They drop like heaters week after week. They're probably after Image, which is, I guess, is part of the big 3 now. I'd say that Vault is probably the best indie label, man. They're like stupid good. But this is issue number 1, man, guys. FOC is tomorrow. There's the diamond code. Make sure you get in your FOCs because now it's affecting all publishers. Image announced this is not an Image book, but they're not gonna do second printings. There's shortages. Books are getting allocated, so being shorted on print. So you wanna guarantee your book as much as possible. So get those orders with your shop, or even you guys know. I do pull lists. You can hit me up, send me an email, man. And Surname Comics Inc.
Pre-orders are important now more than ever. FOCs.
You gotta pre-order your stuff now these days.
If you're interested, do your homework, do your research, see if you really want it, and then reserve it. Pre-order, do what you got to do.
Definitely, this is a book. Ram V, just like Ruben said, solidified why he's the best writer right now.
Yep.
There was a moment that just an emotional kind of gut punch, and just good stuff.
He also mentioned it's a very like audio. It's a very much all senses experience. So he suggested, like, if you recognize a song lyric, to put the song on as you read it, which I thought was interesting.
And you know what? I did exactly just that. I don't want to spoil the song. I don't want to tell you. There's a moment that you're gonna know when you guys read it, when you pick it up.
Mm-hmm.
And I put this song on in the background. I was reading it, and goosebumps. The hairs stood up on the back of my neck, my arms. I'm not even exaggerating. That good, man. It's very much like Blue and Green. It's it's a fully immersive experience. Make sure you get it on order. Elle, did you read this book?
What's that?
Did you read the book?
You said the hairs on the back of your head stood
did
up.
you read Radio Apocalypse?
Do you want to show us? Would you like to show us the back of your head?
I feel like you're dodging the question. I feel like you're dodging the question.
I'm deflecting.
I feel like that's like your third infraction. Just okay.
Right, I'm cool. Okay with that.
All right, cool. So you haven't read it, but thumbs way up from myself and Ruben. Go out and copy.
Definitely.
And I would definitely listen to Ruben's opinion.
Not mine, eh?
Who?
Not mine. Ruben. Okay. All right, cool. So the last segment of the day, guys, is Copper Drop, baby. This wouldn't be the House of Nurture without Copper Drop. So we're doing it a little, just slightly different today. We haven't read a book from last week. Any books? What we're doing, we're starting it fresh. So Ruben and Elle, you guys are pitching to me.
Yep.
You guys are pitching to me this week. So you guys got a couple heaters. I'm thinking. I know Ruben's gonna bring heat. I'm not too sure about Elle, but so let's kick it off. Who wants to go first? Ruben, why don't we pitch it? Well, why don't we kick it to you?
Oh no, actually, Ruben and I had a meeting,
Oh,
and he decided to throw me under the bus, and so I'm going first.
beautiful. There you go.
1 second, let me get this up.
Yeah.
It was tough. I feel like I know your taste, Serge, but it's still a little bit of a
excited.
struggle.
I'm excited.
So I went with Pop Star Assassin from Behemoth.
Okay.
And just look, let me do a Sergio pitch. Look at the covers. Look at the art. We got breasts, thighs. We got animatronic.
But we already got that with Gun Honey.
Let me get there. We have we have cocaine. We have a coke addicted Elvis impersonator in 1977 who finds a briefcase in his dressing room after a show. This briefcase has the potential to end the world. There's mobs, there's consequences. And the art, I feel like, is very clean. Behemoth usually, I feel like they give a lot of liberties to their creators, but this looks like super clean. Yeah. I love the coloring. It's bright. Mm-hmm. I think it's going to be really fun. Okay. And also, look at these. I love retro.
I love that first cover on that left.
Yeah.
That's dope. That is cool.
And again, cocaine, women, guns, but like cool stuff, cool stuff you like.
Yeah, I don't, those are, I don't agree with any of that stuff. I don't.
I was about to say,
that's illicit. I don't agree with illicit drugs, so I don't know who you're trying to pitch to.
When I said cocaine, I meant
no.
He's a baker. He keeps his baking goods in his dressing room.
All right, pop star assassin.
Star assassin.
I gotta say, it looks interesting, even just off of the.
I feel like it's gonna be a good time. I don't think it's gonna be anything too deep.
Yeah. So we got a couple people pointing out. Sounds like Scumbag. He's not alone. He's not alone in it. So
something we've already seen before.
But I feel like this is something like a redemption arc for him. Like we're not going to be so scummy. I feel like Scumbag. Like I always see you guys complain about how he's always doing scumbag shit in every issue. There's no redemptive qualities about him. But look, this guy, he's trying. He's working.
Okay.
He might not be the best impersonator, but he's the most coked up.
All right. Okay. I heard the pitch. Ruben, what do you have? What do you have for me? What's going on?
I got Gunslinger Spawn, #1.
Okay.
From Image Comics.
Okay.
We talked long and hard about how Spawn is a huge part of the indie franchise. Like, he's a huge fan base. He's really huge for not being part of the big two. But now we have Gunslinger Spawn. Mm-hmm. So same universe. But just look at the aesthetic here. Look at that top hat. That top hat is a selling point in itself. Like just the look that they went for here. It's definitely something different. Mm-hmm. This Western-esque. You see him here blowing smoke with that knife, those knives and all those weapons. It's fantastic. And it's not superhero and it's not, I think it's definitely going to be something fun and up your alley.
Would you say it was just Spawn on a horse?
Definitely not. It is Gunslinger Spawn on a horse.
I'm sorry. My apologies.
And
does he have a drawl or he has a little accent there or?
I mean, if I read it, I'm gonna read it in a drawl. For sure. I don't know if I can pull it off, but
is this independent from like the rest of Spawn? Like, can you go into this?
I would say so. Yeah.
I was really trying to find holes in the pitch, with all these.
Well, I couldn't find any interiors because we all know what Spawn looks like. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like we've all been there, read Spawn.
Okay.
I love Spawn. I think the covers for this are sick, but outside of that, are you gonna read it?
Yeah.
I mean, like we've all like looked at Spawn. It's been fun. so we know the character. But this is a different take with a different writer. And
So is this part of like because I don't read Spawn at all, full disclosure. Is this part of like the main universe, or is this like a separate Spawn thing? Like, do I need to be familiar with regular Spawn stuff?
now my understanding is it's a separate thing. It's its own. It's a self-contained.
Thanks for coming through, Jeff. It's its own thing, eh, bro?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Good old number one. After we've seen Spawn go on for years, not Todd McFarlane. So it's just fun, seeing somebody else
Okay.
take on this. So
Okay. Who's writing this one?
Question: how does he smoke through his mask? I'm just curious. On these covers, he's smoking.
we've
And
been
I'm
wearing masks for like 2 years, and you don't know the answer to that question.
Well, I don't smoke, so I don't know. Like he's wearing a full face mask.
Is the magical powers? Of
It's a
Spawn.
magical cigarette.
Magical. I
Does
don't
he
know
hand
what's
roll
going on
them
there.
or does he buy them?
I gotta say, like based off of those covers, like that's dope, bro.
Yep.
There's something sick. You got
But
like
I don't. No interior shots though. I couldn't
interior
find
shot.
any. So
Is McFarlane writing this?
No, but he did do the cover page. Let's see.
Who's writing? Who's writing
Not
this?
the. It's not these, but it's like, man. Honestly, I forgot the. It's Alice Cott.
I can't say I'm familiar. Okay.
ALESKOT.
Oh, Alice Cott.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
But yeah,
Two good books here. Two good books, because I feel like, I mean, if I'm being honest, I've been tempted to check out some Spawn.
yeah, and you're looking at a great number one.
Yeah, it's a
But
number
is it
one.
the best entry point for a Spawn reader?
That's my concern. Al, you don't
Is it
need.
Spawn?
I get it.
No,
All
I'm
right.
just.
All right.
But I mean, McFarlane's a part of this book. He's gonna make it reader friendly for.
Yeah.
It's a number one.
Yeah.
So my issue with Spawn Universe was I thought I was going into like a clean slate with Spawn, and then every other page was an asterisk. Go see issue number.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's a kind of a pet
See?
peeve, so I get that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because
I
I
hate
really
when
thought
they do
he
that.
was. I really thought it was like a fresh start. Just go. I loved Spawn Universe number one, but I do feel it was heavy on go backs. Like go back.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I got tired of it.
Yeah, for sure. No, I don't. Who likes that, right? But that's how they get you. They force you to pick up the other books, right? They know what
Sounds
they're
like
doing.
Ruben's trying to give you more work.
What they're doing. And add to the bill. Add to the
It's
bill.
in the Spawn universe. It's a different character. Come on.
Yeah. Oh man. Okay, so you know what? They both sound like good pitches. But my concern with Gunslinger Spawn is just that I'd have to be at least somewhat versed with Spawn, or they're gonna make you jump into the other books. So for that reason, begrudgingly, because I really didn't want to, I'm gonna go with Elle's pick, Pop Star Assassins. Yeah.
It's okay.
She won. Yeah, I mean, okay. I guess
okay,
I'll go with her pick.
Okay.
That's fair. I had a hard time picking. I didn't see a whole lot of number one.
Pop Star Assassin.
There wasn't a lot of like number ones that were coming out.
No.
That were in your wheelhouse, I'll say. There was. I was surprised. Deep Threat, that Aquaman. Green Arrow cross. Oh, Deep Target. I hate the name of that. I hate the name. I hate the name. I hate the cover. It made me feel uncomfortable.
You just hate good books.
That's gonna be the first book I buy this week. I promise you. Just to be like, look at this.
And we want to hear your thoughts. We want to hear your thoughts next week, Al. Please.
Just to make fun of it. You're terrible.
We want to hear your thoughts on that Aquaman joint. So guys, please read along with us. Next, our Copper Drop pick for this week is Pop Star Assassin number one from Behemoth. And in all seriousness, Behemoth, they put out some good content, eh? So I'm looking forward to reading that one, and I feel like I wanted to. Al, who put you onto that cover there? Who put you onto Popstar Assassin?
It was probably you. I'm not even gonna lie. You probably mentioned it.
Probably.
Joey, I think Good Boy comes out in November. I think FOC isn't until the 1st of November.
Oh, okay. FOC's not till next week.
Yeah.
Good Boy. Who's doing that one?
I I
Is that
just saw
correct?
all the Matrix covers for that, all the homage covers.
Oh, I'm gonna have to
So
check that out.
Oh my
I
God.
like I like a Matrix
Oh, yeah.
homage.
Source Point. It was
Okay.
they were kind of corny looking. But oh, next week actually, if you guys read Found Footage #1 from Behemoth, number
Yeah.
2 is supposed to drop on
Mm,
Wednesday, which
okay.
I'm psyched for because I've loved Found Footage.
Yeah, and the packaging with that nice
So
VHS
good,
variant was
so
super dope.
good.
Yeah, man. So keep an eye out for that one. That's it. I mean, that's it for this week, folks, man. Hey, I just wanna, thank everybody, man, for coming through. I appreciate each and every single one of you who showed up, showing support. You guys are amazing. Make this house in their community what it is, man. Thank you guys, man. You guys are awesome. Thank you, Al. Thank you, Ruben. Thank you, Ruben. It was another great show, man. I had a great time with Ricky. I had a great time with you guys with everybody in the live chats, man. You guys make it live.
Everybody, check out Radio Apocalypse, please.
And on that note, check out Radio Apocalypse. Thank you guys so much, man. Next week we're here, baby. We're back. Not going anywhere. Same time. Hope to see you guys then. Yeah, thank you guys so much. Out.